Hey guys, this is Thomas Mason, and welcome to this tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to make hair. This will just be the introduction to hair. As you can see, this is very roughly done hair. It hasn't been textured or anything. It's just been colored brown. So today we're learning how to create the hair, and then we'll be learning how to comb it. And then in a later tutorial, if you guys want, then I'll show you how to texture it. So anyways, jumping into, this is the blend. This is blend in Blender. Not very interesting. I'll show you how to add her hair onto the places you want, and then comb it down into shape that you prefer. Anyways, I didn't try to do a particular hairstyle here. I was just trying to put it in position. Actually, badly done for that render, but for now I'll try to make it better in this tutorial. Anyways, jump into a new window in Blender, delete the default cube. If you want to just load in a sphere, you can if you want to, or you can make the face model yourself, or you can to blend.com and download this face. It's just a human head pretty much. But it was made by Danny Kruter. So this was made by Danny Kruter on Blend Swap. But yeah, so if you want to, or you can just use a sphere. Once you've appended it into Blender, just delete the camera, which I already did, and you can delete all the planes. I think it's supposed to be long. Just delete these. So I don't need these. Delete this back jigger thing, and delete these. I don't want to think this, but I'm gonna delete it. You can place the camera you want it to be, which is right like that. So if I hit Control Alt numpad 0, actually I'm going to turn on the keys so you can see them. Turn on screencast keys real quick. Okay, so now that I have screencast keys on, you can see what I'm typing. Bottom corner here. So I just hit Control Alt numpad 0, go into to snap the camera where I wanted it, and I'm going back just a little bit and position it where I want it. So now where I want it. So what I'm going to design an area, we have to tell Blender where we want it to be. So if you click on the head model, and if you hit Tab to go into edit mode, then start selecting where hair would be, which I'm going to start selecting up here. And I had a mirror modifier on it, which we'll delete later. But I'm just selecting, and I'm going to select wherever I think she would have hair, which I know because I've already made hair on this person twice. So select around here, and pretty much like almost down to the ear. Keep selecting all the verts that you'll need, and that's probably about right. Now I'm gonna expand it out, and I'm gonna go to click on this, and if you click on vertex groups, click the plus button. That will create a new vertex group. Double click it and we'll call it scalp. That's right. Okay, scalp. And then with this selected, make sure it's selected, hit assign. Now to make sure that it is assigned, you can say deselect or select. It's good with that. For now, just say deselect and tab back into object mode. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the modifiers panel, and here I'm going to hit apply, which will, the mirror modifier is not there anymore. So if I click here, then yeah, so I can, yeah, okay, so we know that the mirror modifier is on now, it's been applied, so everything's fine and dandy. Now I can put on hair. So if you go to the particle, you click the plus button, that'll give it a new particle system, and if you hit Alt A, you can see a bunch of particles fall off of her. Going really slowly though, because my computer's being weird. The particles are just kind of trickling off of her, which is not what we want at all. So what we do want though is go to here, type, and hit hair. Now hair is going to go everywhere on her, and it's going to look really weird. But for now, don't worry, we can fix that. To fix it, so for hair length, hit like maybe a 2, and actually for now let's just hit a 1.3. That'll probably be all good. Okay, so the hair length is good. For number, 1,000 is good for. I'll change it, and so we can collapse emissions. And hair dynamics, we don't need any hair dynamics right now because we're not doing anything with animation. But while you're at it, just under the top part, just hit check advanced, and we don't need anything for velocity, rotation, or physics. But we do need to render panel. So we need, first of all, we need to give the hair a material. So if you go back to the materials, you hit new material. Just hit plus, it'll add a new material, and this brown for now. So make it like a brownish color. So now the hair is brown, and her face is probably going to turn brown if we render it. I'll just check and see. It's still on Blender. Make sure you click into cycles, by the way. Click cycles, and now it should work. I forgot to do that earlier in the tutorial. That's a very, because before it was in Blender render. Okay, so her face is still the right texture. So we just add a new material, but we haven't assigned it to anything yet. So going back to the particle settings, in materials, actually we need to name the material. We'll name it hair, obviously, because that's what it is. And go back to the particles and click hair. Now the hair will turn brown, obviously. But so now that we've got that set up, now do steps render. So the steps are pretty much like how many joints are in the hair. So that means 6 joints are in the hair, because the hair obviously has to bend. We'll check B spline, and that's about it for render. So I can collapse that. Down display. We'll change the steps up to 6 here because the steps were under render were also 6, and that's all for display. For children, actually, I'll go down to vertex groups. Open up vertex groups, and under density, select under S, select scalp. So now they'll only appear on your scalp, as you can see. But you can also see that there's like some on your arm, on her arm stuff. But that's because we need to fix that later. So it's pretty much on her scalp, which is what we want. So going down, or going to children, I'll interpolated, because simple is if just like a simpler render, but as you can see there's hair out of her arms and stuff. So if you go to interpolated, actually there's still hair sticking out. I think I accidentally had something selected there. I'll go back to the vertex groups and see what the heck is going on. Okay, yeah, I accidentally selected her arm. So if I can remove her arms from the vertex group, and now we'll see what happens. Okay, so now it's just her scalp. So that was just a mistake on my part. I accidentally had her arm selected, and now it's on her scalp, which is what we want. So it looks really weird right now. It's like a fro. She has like a really dorky fro on. But for now it's okay because we'll fix it later. We'll be combing it and styling it and other things like that. Make sure you get the camera selected if you're trying to make camera. Duh. So I'm just kind of trying to position the camera in a place where we can see what our hair is going to look like. So that's probably good. So for now, you should save your. But I'm not going to save this because I'm not going to keep it. So, but make sure you always save your file. And select your head again. Go back to the particle settings, and uninterpolated. You have a bunch of settings. I'm going to set the render setting to 25, and the setting to 25. They both be equal, and Blender won't crash every time it tries to render in the cycles. So you can pick a lot of different hair curls. Her hair will be all curly. Radial will be weird. Wave, it'll be all wavy. Actually looks kind of cool, but that's not what we want at all. But braided, it doesn't look anything like a braid, but it's just if you want a quick hairstyle. So let's leave that the way it is, and we'll collapse children. And under cycles hair rendering, we want we automatically checked. We'll uncheck that because the chip is already set at 0, so we don't need that. And the root for now is 1. That's a little too thick, but for right now it's okay because I want to be able to see the hair and I want it to look. We'll leave that at 1 for now. The root is just the thickness of the hair at the root. The root is pretty much the thickness of the hair at the base of the head. So if you wanted to set like 5, then you'd have extremely thick hair. If you wanted to set it like 0.1, you'd have very thin, light hair. So I think that's all the settings we need. Now you can save your file before you start trying to render everything. So go hit 3 on the numpad, orthographic mode, so I can switch from to perspective back to orthographic again. But now to style the hair. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to oh yeah, before we do that, I forgot something. Make sure you go back to emission and set the hair length to what you want it to be, because when you start styling the hair, there's no way to go back to that unless you reset it completely. So I'm going to set that to 2.5, and now I can start styling it, so because it's the way I want it. So you'll go from object mode to particle edit mode. Now if you hit T, then it'll bring up your toolbar, and you have a bunch of different brushes. You have a comb, smoother, add, length, cut, wave. These are all combs and brushes you can use and stuff to brush to shape the hair the way you want it. Now to go down here and select children to see because these are the parent hairs. If you go down here, you can select. Right now it's just there's no dots on it, but the dots are like these segments of hair. So all these dots are the segments of hair in which the hair bends. You can select none of them. You can select the tips that you can control. For right now, we're just going to leave this, so that we can just style it instead of grabbing them and shaping them. So I'm going to select the comb. Actually, I'll just do what each of these do. The comb will comb the hair pretty much. So I have to click and comb back, and the hair pretty much acts like real hair. Well, most of the time. The comb does. It'll just brush the hair the way you want it. Most of the time. Smoother. If you let's say I combed a little bit of the hair, and they're all bent and everything. Smoother smooths out all that you just combed. Makes all the parent hairs straight. So that's what the smoother does. Add, I don't really remember what add does, but I never use it. So length actually grows the hair of the hair that you want it to. So that's actually growing hair. So if you want a longer part or a shorter part. Puff actually has to do with the deflector emitter. The deflector emitter is set to 0.20. That's how the deflection, the skin on the scalp, will give off the hair. So that means, like, if the hair gets too close to the scalp, it won't like go into the scalp or anything. So I have and the puff will actually puff the hair out from the scalp using that deflector emitter, the same concept. So for right now, I'm just going to go back to the way it was, reset it, because I'm going to comb it the way I want it. And cut will just literally cut the hair. It'll just cut the hair. And weight is you can. And as you can see, if I turn off children, then you can see the paint. But mostly what the comb. So I'm going to go to the comb, and I'm going to turn on children so I can see it. I'm going to start hair. So yeah, it's actually really fun to do this. My computer's a little bit slow though, so it's not taking this too well. And it looks really crazy right now, I know. Hair, but as you start to comb it, you can see you can do so many different hairstyles. And it's harder to comb shorter hair, obviously. But with longer hair, it's more fun because you can, make it do things that you would be able to do in real life. I mean, it's just saying, besides the fact that you're doing a CG character and not someone real. Okay, I'm going to turn on for now so I can just see what her hairs look like. I'm just going to brush her hair down. The parent hair are what designate where all the children goes. So I'm just combing that down to where I want it. And her hair looks kind of crazy right now. Looks like she just came out of bed. I'm not sure exactly what that looks like. Please go away. Yeah, looks really weird. I'm gonna brush it down in just a second. Ooh. Brush down. Zoom in a little bit and brush this down. So you can go just in a different view, and something weird is going on there. You can kind of take the hair, lift it up, and put it behind her ears, which is fun. The deflector emitter is kind of annoying sometimes, but it's more useful than it is annoying. But in this part, if you want to just brush her hair down and over and behind her ears, then you can do that. Kind of using long strokes. Start styling it, and I'm going to try children to see what it looks like for right now. And as you can see, her hair, the top part, isn't or anything. If you know anything about hair, you know that everyone has a part, which is pretty much where the hair separates on the top of your head. And so I need to make sure she has one. But I'm going to do that in a second. I'm going to actually brush all her hair backwards so I can do whatever I want on the back. Brush it all straight. It's taking forever because the computer's just like, no, you're torturing me. But anyways, so if you go on the very top, just grab the hair, kind of pull it to the side so it forms sort of a part, I guess. Whoops. Make sure you always stroke before you try to get back and stroke again. But I'm going to actually puff the hair out in the front because it's looking kind of weird. the way it's smushing into her scalp like an apple. You puff all this front hair out, and then I'm going to comb it back down. So I'm just going to turn on children and see what that looks like. This is the only hard part, really, is just making the hair look good, just styling it right. And what's even harder is actually animating hair. That is hard, making it do what you want it to do when you add an animated sequence when people are moving. That's the hard part. So I'm going to put this hair behind her ears because it's that way. Or I guess I like it. If anyone's ever watched that movie, Her, I don't know, I've never watched it, but it looks weird. I heard of a guy who had like some sort of relationship with some leader. You post on the comments, tell me what it's about. I don't feel like researching it. Her hair is looking really crazy. I'm just gonna brush it down from the sides. And as you can see, I'm not a professional hairdresser because it looks terrible right now. My sister is though, so I should probably ask her what I should do next. She'd probably know about it. Like, oh, that's wrong. You're doing it terribly. Which I am. I know I am. As you can see, it's actually looking okay, but there's a lot of problems with it. You can see the hair is like not even. The hair has a little bit of gloss to it, and this hair doesn't have any gloss. It's just completely diffuse. So that's one problem. Another one is I did terribly on the actual combing, and so you all can do whatever you want with it. But if you look closely, you can see it's like they're all messed up and not straight. But yeah, just play around with it, guys. Well, this is the end of my tutorial. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Got a lot of new awesome videos coming, and comment below, and I'll see you next time.